everything's been frustrating. The connectivity has been lousy. So what happens when there's bad connectivity is that I have to stop. I have to check it all the time. When it's good connectivity, I check it every 20 minutes and it's still going, and I check it another 20 minutes and it's still going. When there's bad connectivity, I check it every 5 minutes and it's like not working. And so I restart, because it doesn't restart on its own. I don't know if people realize this, but I have to like push restart 34 times a day. And I really get sick of it. I would just like it to work for, like, let's say an hour, a whole hour where I just have live streaming and I don't have to look at the computer screen and go, oh crap, it's not working again. So, the awkwardness of what I'm doing, it just makes it worse. The other thing that's kind of strange, and maybe this is just, I've just been in like 3 towns in Iowa. I haven't been a lot in Iowa yet, but people don't ask me what I'm doing very much. It's kind of weird. People look at me and they're kind of like, okay, she's got a camera on her head, she's got a computer strapped on her. But it's kind of like Kansas and Missouri were definitely like, what's that on your head? What are you doing? Where are you going? And I would say that Missouri is more like, it's always like people don't want to be impolite and say, what the heck are you doing? So instead they don't say anything. They just are kind of like, all right, I'm gonna. It's like, you ever read Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, and they had like the shield of invisibility called "It's Not My Problem." I feel like I've got this nice shield of invisibility of "It's not my problem." So it's nice in a way to be invisible for a while, because there have been times when I felt really visible. But I have had, a bunch of newspaper reports and stuff. They just haven't come out yet. So once they do, I don't know if that would change things. In Kansas, it was almost like snowballing, where people already knew what I was doing. And, same thing in Missouri. You having to write up in the St. Joe newspaper. That's like, I don't know. Anyway. And the other thing that happened this week that was kind of nice was I really only had 2 hosts. I was going from Bethany to Mount Moriah, and Mount Moriah is like population 50, and it's a really interesting town. I'm trying to upload the pictures from it. They're really pretty because they're completely, the town's shut down and the buildings are collapsing on themselves. And I always love that visually. I think that's really interesting visually. But I asked them what happened to this town, and the couple I was staying with is actually from Minnesota and are recent imports. And they live outside of town. They don't even live in town. But a woman stopped and talked to me, and she said, yeah, they used to have a movie theater and a gas station and, a post office and a, grocery store and all of that stuff. And she said people just move away and get older, and, it's a farming community. So, I don't know, it's kind of a strange to see a town that used to have so much in it. And then so Sharon and Dick were like, just, why don't you walk to Princeton and we'll just come get you? Can you stay another night? They're so polite. They're like, can you stay another night? And I'm like, I would love to stay another night. Yes, please, thank you. So I walked the next day, and then they came and got me. And then they connected me to, this is the first time I've had a swim club connection. They connected me to their swim club friends that they go swimming 3 times a week together. And so I stayed with Jean Ann and Bill, and they were lovely. And they also said, well, can we just come get you at Lineville? Because I don't know anybody there, and I don't know. And and I get to Lineville, and it's the same thing. Buildings boarded up, and, it's a more lively place. But, Bill's like, oh, that's the water station. Oh, wait, looks like it's not in business anymore. However, one of the things I haven't really run across before so strongly, a company came in about 15 years ago called PSF, Premium Something Farming. Basically, it's a pig farming company, and they raise pigs professionally. And they came into this little town area, and that is keeping everything alive. So that's what's making these towns thrive again. So Princeton has a Calamity Jane Days, and talked to the local grocery store, and she was telling me, oh, you have to come back for Calamity Jane Days. So they have more, even though things look a little on hard times, it's making a big difference for the local population that there are jobs. So that's changing things for that whole area. And that's the thing that's interesting. One company can change a town just because they decide to do their business there. And Princeton was great because it was so, I didn't end up staying there because I went back and stayed with Jean Ann and Bill and Mercer. And Mercer's the same thing. This is a town of 340 people, and they had all these little businesses and, you know, a hair salon and a school that has a whole bunch of kids in it because all the kids from around the area come to school because they still have money for things. And he used to be the superintendent at the school. So Bill was telling me, oh, we're putting a new floor in the gym. And so it's just nice to see the kind of both ends of the story right there in the same area. You know, a town that went from 400, 500 people to 50, and a town that could happen to thriving because of one business. So interesting times. Then I got to Iowa, Lineville, and I kept going, got to Sheridan, and I was exhausted, and a local woman here that Jean Ann and Bill connected me to put me up in the Dual Gables. And it's a cool little historic building that the Arts Council runs. So they just let me stay there. That was really neat. And then I stayed at a motel, and I stayed another night because I was exhausted that night. My mom said, don't walk. And I haven't done that yet. So I took a complete day off today. And I've been sitting in bed, which I'm still doing business stuff, but just, I've got a show coming up on the 9th in Grand Rapids, the Art Price show, and I have to do a lot of details for that. It's been a hard week, but a good week. Not hard for physical stuff, just I feel cooked, you know, I feel like cooked, sort of, like I just got really tired. And not like physically I get tired all the time, because, you know, at the end of the day I'm like, but just, you know, it's 113 days today, so I guess I just need to take one day really off. I still did business stuff, but it was like not a planned day off. An unplanned day.
Are you getting to the point where you're kind of sort of ready to be done with this, or are you looking forward to the end at this point?
I'm looking forward to it because I can't wait to see my family, but I don't know, I'm gonna miss it. Like, even just, I don't know, today I didn't walk and my feet kind of felt weird. And I've been thinking, like, I'm a true extrovert. I meet new people every day. I stay in their house and rifle through their cupboards and cook dinner, and I really love it. I really enjoy it. But I'm a little bit on burnout, too, just because there's a lot of other pressures right now. Everything's all piled up. But I don't know. I think I'll feel weird. I think I'll feel very weird when it's done. I can't say I'm looking forward to being done.